Hello and welcome to Tech Tuesday. My name is Heather Hickey and I'm joining you here from the program technology team, along with my partner Sarah Roche. Hello. And today we're going to be highlighting for you how to log into your Chromebooks, and we'll be exploring one of the Google Apps for Education pieces, which is Google Drawings. So we'll just let you get settled in. Today we are going to be exploring the Google Apps for Education suite, as well as how to access and log in through the Chromebooks. So when you first power up your Chromebook, you're going to come to this screen that is going to ask you to sign into your Chromebook that's managed by EDUC. So this is the first screen you're going to come across. You will need to enter your employee number if you're an employee, or your student number if you were a student, into that space. Next, you're going to come to a second sign-on screen. You're going to have to enter that email again. So your employee number or your student number at educ.dpcdsb.org, just like you were on the first page. It will look like this. And then you will go ahead and confirm your password, which will be the same password you use for all Duffer and Peel logins. You'll go ahead and enter that there, and you will be logged on to the Chromebook, and you will land onto this home page. Logging in and out of the Chromebook will take on the user who has logged in. So whatever you do while you're logged in will belong to you, and once you log out, you will no longer see what everybody else sees. You're going to notice that you have a couple of options down in the bottom left-hand corner here. You have, the first option is to access the DP Office 365 suite. Secondly, you have access to the Chrome browser and a search. When you click onto the search, you will come to a Google search, which automatically connects you online. On the Chromebooks, you do operate strictly online, so you will need to be connected to the web for these to work. You'll notice that you can go ahead and do a Google search, and you also have an icon there that says All Apps. And when you click onto All Apps, it's going to take you into the apps that are installed for you. You will be able to access the Google Suite and the Office 365 suite. So by clicking on Office 365, it will take you to this familiar login screen. Well, you will use your same login and password, be it your employee number or student number. And you also will notice in the top right-hand corner that you have access to add bookmarks. So just like any traditional web browser, you can go ahead and bookmark, and it will create a list for you of bookmarks that will follow you from Chromebook to Chromebook as you log on. Once you are logged on, and I'm just going to flip so you can see that. Once you log on, you're going to see this screen here, and in the top right-hand corner is where you're going to have your profile. So you can see here, when I click on my icon here, it gives my employee number, my name, and my login. So I have that ability there. And what you're looking for here is this waffle icon, familiar to you probably. And when you click on here, here's where you're going to find what you have access to as far as the Google Suite. So we will be exploring different various options within the Google Suite for Google Apps for Education. And I'm going to start here just by taking you into the Google Drive. The Google Drive is your storage space, so it operates like your OneDrive in Microsoft. So here you have the ability to upload and save files. You also can see here when you click New, you have the ability to create a folder. You can upload files from your devices. So if you happen to be working on an iPad or a device at home and you wanted to upload something, you definitely could do that. And you also here can launch a new product. So if you're looking to start a Google Doc, Google Slides, and again, by hitting more, you'll get access to the other parts of the Google Apps suite that you have access to. You'll notice just along the top here, you have some options to change your view of the files that you have in there. So you can either change that back to list view, you can organize them, and kind of arrange your settings in that way. So for the Google Apps for Education, the short form is GAF. So just to be aware that that does operate differently than your private Gmail accounts that you may have. So you definitely want to make sure you're using your school GAF account when you're saving anything with student information in there.
Okay. And as always, we like to make a direct connection to our Catholic graduate expectations. So when we're using the digital tools, we like to highlight different aspects, and Google Drawings will give you the opportunity to allow students to collaborate together and build on their communication skills. And depending on what pedagogy you put behind it, there's also opportunities for them to reflect and become critical thinkers as well. As well, the extension of the Catholic graduate expectations is the digital citizenship piece. So again, depending on what you're using, you can build some skills in that digital platform. And as always, we look at the use of technology through the TPAC model, starting with building that technical skills with the student, the technical knowledge, and working towards making sure we have direct content knowledge links to your curriculum and sound pedagogy. So we're going to take a look at the Google Drawings piece and the different pieces that you'll be able to build in there with your students. A few of the highlights that you would be able to make use of include graphic organizers, interactive posters. You can make comic strips. You can use it as an interactive whiteboard. You can also create and use digital manipulatives. You can annotate images, and it's a great space for creating timelines. And again, this is just a sample of some of the things you'll be able to create within Google Drawings. Okay, so let's just go ahead out and take a look at the Google Drawings piece.
So another feature of the Google Apps for Education that we would like to introduce to you today is Google Drawings. So to access Google Drawings, when you come into your GAF account, again, we're looking for the waffle icon. And you'll notice you'll see a bunch of the Google Apps for Education in here. But if you go right to the bottom, you'll notice that there's an option for more. And then you can even continue to click more to get to this page. And as you scroll down, you'll see some of the options that you have. And just under Home and Office, you're going to notice one called Drawings. And when we open that, it's going to launch the Google Drawings. So Google Drawings acts like a whiteboard space. So if you're familiar with things like Smart Notebook or Explain Everything, you do have similar features in here. So it starts you off with this kind of blank free space that you can add things to, whether it's shapes or text. Put in text boxes and type. You can insert images and all kinds of features. Some great things like all the Google Apps products. You can come in and add collaborators. So either by sharing or coming to File, Add Collaborators, you can type in their EDUC account and give them the opportunity to edit. Also, you'll notice that there's a shareable link there. So if you'd like to share it through a link instead of email to post, you can do that as well. That will allow you to have multiple people working on a document at the same time. So in the Google Drawings, because this is a free space, it does open it up to being able to document the student learning in many ways. Some of those ways include using graphic organizers. So I just want to show you either as the educator, you can create your own graphic organizers, or like what I have done is I've found a bunch of templates online, and I'll share those with you. So you can see how what you could do is create this as an educator and share it to your students, allowing them to copy this into their own Google Drive and then being able to edit it. So it opens up the possibilities for lots of graphic organizers that you might want to use with your students, that you can also manipulate, change, and use all the different features, including multimedia. And again, you can have collaborators in on that document. So if you choose to use one of those, and you have multiple students kind of working in there at the same time, one of the things you can do is actually use the comment feature. So by adding a comment, you'll notice that there's a little icon here to add a comment. You get the dialog box. And you can go ahead and leave comments in here. And you can also come in and respond to comments. So that opens it up for all kinds of possibilities for collaboration. So you may be working with your students, giving them descriptive feedback. You may have students working together and communicating through that dialogue. And you may have students giving each other peer feedback. The nice thing is that you can respond back and forth. And if you've left an instruction here for a student or a group of students, once they've completed that, they can actually come up and hit resolve. And that will file it under this comment box. And by clicking on it, you can see any of the comments, the time that they were put in, the time it was resolved, and you can kind of keep a working dialogue there, which is really great. The other option to know about is here something called revision history. And again, like the other Google products, revision history is great when you are working collaboratively with students and you have more than one student working on something. And in here, you'll be able to see the exact time that revisions were made. And when the students are logged in, it will leave their name. So you would be able to see who actually added what. So you can click on that and work through that revision history. And it's also great, you'll notice there's an option to restore changes. So if during that collaboration time, if something accidentally were to be deleted by another student, you can always retrieve it through that feature. So some really great options in here. I just want to share with you where I pulled those graphic organizers from. So I found this website, and there's many of them. It's a blog, and lots of passionate Google educators out there. So they've created in this blog just a series of options for graphic organizers. And what you'll notice is when you click on that, they've opened it up for you to be able to copy it. And once you've made that copy, then it's now your working document, and you can go ahead and make changes or delete it or change the entire thing. And you can delete what you want to delete. So you can do that with your students. Either share pre-made templates that you find online, or you can create things for yourself. But this product can be used for so much more than just a graphic organizer. It is like a thinking space. So one of the interesting ways that we've seen this used, I'll just show you a couple options here. So you can see, again, the idea of graphic organizers and some mind mapping options. And again, having that collaboration feature is phenomenal. Here you can see the Google Drawings be used in actual graphic arts, where they're creating some pretty interesting graphics. We also start looking at it as a math tool. So because you can drag and manipulate and move things, you can see here they've created fraction strips. So they've set up this template for the students to use as a manipulative. Also posing word problems with interactive pieces, so those can slide around and students can annotate on top of that. Can also be used as a presentation tool. Really simple to make a poster. So lots of interesting options for that. And I just wanted to share with you as well here how we used it. You'll notice the background of your Google Drawing is kind of this checkered pattern. And when you see that, that indicates that the background is transparent. And we call that a PNG file. So what I did is I Googled it, but I found a PNG protractor. And then what we can do is have the students come in, and we brought in an image, and we had the students add some lines, and now they can go ahead and use this as a virtual manipulative to kind of document that learning and thinking. So lots of options inside of Google Drawing. I encourage you to go ahead and search on the internet for some examples that might fit your particular area of curriculum that you might be thinking about. And lots of quick ways and examples for students to demonstrate their thinking here in this space.
Okay, so thank you for exploring some of those options with Google Drawing today. There are so many options, so I do encourage you to go ahead and explore on YouTube or on the internet for different features. There's lots of templates out there. And as well, the templates that I referred to today, I have, if you're a Cube for Teachers user, I have added those under my name. So if you search me, Miss Hickey in Cube for Teachers, you'll be able to find all of those links as well. So thanks for joining us and have a great day.